In this session, I talk about the ACSM exam, American College of Sports Medicine, and a bunch of random stuff before that. So get ready for it, it's coming up. Hey there, Jed Coburness here from jedcoburness.com, and welcome to Talk Therapy. This is just a tool that I use to get past my analytical mind, to get to know myself, and to hopefully inspire somebody else to hit record and get to know themselves, right? Because it's awesome. I just hit record and share it to the world. You don't have to do that. You can hit record, share everything you've ever wanted or not wanted or whatever it is, and keep it for yourself. I just put it out there because you just never know who might change their life, you know? I'm not bashful, I don't care what people think of me, but I listen at the same time to what they say. But yeah, for the most part, it's just hit record. It's just for fun. It's just for play. It's for feeling ideas out to turn it into execution, you know. So, and I never really think about what I'm going to say. I just hit record and start talking. So let's see what happens today, right? Lots of fun happening. Lots of fun. Just doing some work. Just redid the bathroom last weekend. That's kind of a random update, but the whole concept of, you know, carpentry scares people, I think, sometimes, but I mean, it was a lot of fun. We're not exactly done yet. The trim work needs to get done, but that'll get done pretty quick. Spray painted it last night. It's white, you know, white trim. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to say today, and I love the fact that I don't know, because that's kind of how it works. Saw some deer last night. That was pretty cool. Put out some apples or whatever to see if they, you know, see what that looks like. They loved those. That was pretty cool. Sitting in the deer stand, that was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to say today. I haven't done this for a while, I know that. But I think that's what it takes, is just doing something that you don't know, right? Like, try it. Try doing something that you have no idea what you're doing with. You have no idea what you're doing, why you're doing it. You just do it, right? Like, it's kind of fun. A lot of days of the week, I don't know what I'm going to do next. And that's the cool part. Loving the unknown. I guess that's what you could say, is that's what I'm doing. Is loving the unknown. There's more unknown right now than known, and some people would be very scared of that. Most people would be, I think, that they would be like, how do you go about your day not knowing what's going to happen? You just kind of love that feeling. You love the fact that today is going to be different, just like every day is different. And if you're aware of what makes you happy, what makes you annoyed, what makes you, what emotions are wrapped around your day at every moment of every day, then you can really start to love the unknown, because spontaneity, man, like, that's pretty cool. Knowing that today isn't just the same as yesterday. You're not going through the same motions, same emotions. That's the cool part. And this is a whole bunch of random right now, but talk therapy. I talk it out. I talk about what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the ACSM exam. I guess I'm just very nervous with it tomorrow. And I think I'm just going to love the nerves, right? I take it again, round 2. I'm a little more prepared. Actually, a lot more prepared. But It excites me and frightens me at the same time, because this certification probably will not change anything, but I don't know. And I love that I know. I'm loving the feeling that I don't know. I'm loving the nerves that I have, because then as soon as I love them, then I can let them go and let everything happen, right? The whole thing is once I have this certification, I have this whole thing in my head planned that, I mean, I'll just say it, like, everybody will, like, oh my gosh, he's got that certification, I want this guy, I want this guy, I want this guy. Like, will that really happen? I don't know. But in my head, I put that in my head so then I can self-sabotage the process, because in my head I may not be ready for all of that. And what's going to happen is I'm going to pass the exam, and I'm going to have zero expectations of what's going to happen after that. That's what I'm going to move towards today. That's where my headspace is at. Because for the last 3 tests that I've two tests. So I took the clinical exercise physiologist exam that was through ACSM, the American College of Sports Medicine. I took that, and I knew I wasn't going to pass it, because in my mind I was afraid to pass it. Because you pass that exam, heck, as long, and this exam, like, then you have all of these credentials that say you know what you're doing, right? Like, it's just a little stamp of approval in a very unregulated system. It puts a little bit of regulation, which is massive. So in my head, I pass that exam and all of this stuff's gonna happen, and I'm afraid of that. It's just the truth. And I'm nervous with that. So I'm gonna love the feeling of being afraid, and I'm loving the nerves. So then after you can love it, you can let it go. You can set it free. You can be done with that. It's a big deal. That is a very big deal. The American College of Sports Medicine, ACSM, exercise physiologist, certified exercise physiologist exam. It's coming up tomorrow. I've taken it once, and I missed it by 8%. And I think I've bridged that 8%, right? If I would have known the conversion factors from, miles per hour to meters per minute, the conversion factors for the Monarch ergometers, right? The cycle ergometers, the arm ergometer, right? Because if it's just a regular leg cycle ergometer, you take the revolutions per minute, the RPMs, and you multiply it by 6, then you get the meters of the revolutions, right? 6 meters per minute, right? So it's those things. It's just the smallest things that I didn't know, and it just completely blew it out, right? I knew the rest of it. If I would have known those 5 questions or 6 questions, actually I felt like 20, but it was probably between 6 to 10 questions on there, and that's how many I missed to get the passing grade. Unfortunate, but true. And then the risk factors, right? Identifying what category the person is in just by their exercise testing results, their graded exercise testing results. Like their cholesterol, total cholesterol. There's a deer. 3 of them. Squirrel. But the graded exercise testing, their blood lipids, their labs, their fasting glucose, if it's impaired, if it's not impaired, all of these things. I didn't really know those. I knew somewhat, but I didn't know how to they call it stratify risk. The strategy wrapped around on how to assess risk, if they're low, moderate, or high risk. That's a big deal. There was a lot of that, and I didn't know it. And now I do, so it just practice, right? Reps and reps and reps. Practice and work and work and practice. That's all it is. And then figuring out the metabolic equivalents, how many METs a person uses, and then how many calories they need to use, and then it's the legal pieces, right? All of these legal facts, tort law, what you have to do as a fitness center manager, a whole bunch of fun stuff. Remember on that exam, going in there, the first 20 questions were all about business, and I'm like, crap, I don't know any of this. Now it's a little more fluent, right? Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to pass this exam. They take your bachelor's degree of exercise science, and that's the minimum requirement to even take this exam. But they take this bachelor's of science in exercise science and they shove it into 150 questions, which that's just like taking boards, right? Quote unquote boards for nursing or whatever everything else. But then ACSM is its own governing business entity, right? So they can do whatever they want. That's where as far as the ethics of it all, they're what they are, right? If I need something, I need somebody holding me accountable somehow. I need to go on somebody's principles, but it's the only one, right? ACSM is the gold standard of it all, and I don't know how anybody feels about government, but I don't know if I'd want a government-ran agency either, right? But that's how nursing is, and that's how doctors are. They got to take their boards and all that. Lawyers. And I'm not comparing myself to a doctor. I'm just saying, if somebody is going to mess with somebody's composition, their body composition, they should probably know what the hell they're doing versus just having a major influence on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook or whatever else is going on at the time. And all they got to do is say, hey, take this product or do this workout, and people will do it without any regard. Yeah, it's very interesting to me. Very interesting to me. So that's tomorrow. That's taking that exam tomorrow. For the second time. See what happens. I think I'm ready. So as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Be blessed.